Hills I would die on as a working class creative. 8 years, no degree, no connections, no yacht. Nobody in pretty much any industry really tells the truth. For me, that's particularly in the creative industry. These are the things that I wish someone had said before I wasted years figuring out alone. Some of these opinions will make people feel quite uncomfortable. The comfortable ones aren't the ones that need you to figure it out alone. Hill 1, the passion myth. Follow your passion and the money comes. I love what I do. I'm also low-key, high-key, terribly paid for it. I find passion is what keeps me going at midnight, but it's not a client acquisition strategy. Figuring out who needs what you do and getting in front of them is the kind of the key. Everything else is just sort of set decoration in comparison. That's the whole game. First hill, and that's a secret that you've probably been looking for. Hill 2, the talent illusion. Being the best in the room means nothing if nobody knows you're in the room. I know more about cameras than most of the best paid people I've worked alongside. They're still ahead of me. That old adage still holds. There's always someone who is more talented behind you and less talented ahead of you. Excellence is overlooked constantly. Sometimes it feels like it doesn't even matter. At the end of the day, it's a sales game. The best closer wins, not the best shooter. Hill 3, the free work question. Working for free is a big one early on. I still do free work even 4 years on. I did one last week. It gets a bad reputation in some circles and it doesn't fully deserve that. Here's why I love it and why I hate it. It lets you make mistakes on someone else's dime. It shows you what you actually like doing. There's only one way to find out if you really like shooting fashion or beauty or whatever industry it might be, and that's to sort of get on set somehow. Doing it for free is an easy way to do that. It puts you in rooms that can lead to paid rooms. At the same time though, you could also shoot 3 ideas in your back garden with a mate, and that's actually enough to get a paid gig. I shot weddings a couple of times because I was the guy with the camera. I had no idea what I was doing. I made all the mistakes. I had only one battery and that ran out. I had a crap lens. I had no idea how to pose people. I had no idea how to buy a suit that actually fit me. Still got the gig, still kind of got paid for it. So do some free work, just not forever. Ideally, not for people who can afford to pay you. Knowing the difference there is quite important. I've done free work for people who can definitely afford to pay me, and they didn't. I've done paid work for people who are really struggling to pay me, and they still did it. They still made sure I got paid. The wealthier ones tend to have found a way to delay that payment, or fatigued me and they just got it for free then anyway. Maybe that's how they stay wealthy, come to think of it. In any case, I will go down with the sinking ship for those who paid me when they didn't have to, when they found a way to show that they appreciated the value that I was bringing to the table. I love these clients. I am ride or die for them. Hill 4, your clients don't care. Your clients don't care about your dynamic range. They don't care about the effects that you're using or the color grade, your lens choice, the camera body that you saved up 3 years to buy. They only care about the outcome. They want it to look how they want it to look. Their tastes overrule your tastes every time, because they're paying the bill. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you stop being so precious and start being useful. Hill 5, the facade. Some people's passion project is funded by someone else's money. How is the BTS guy kitted out with a better camera than the crew are that are actually shooting the commercial? And they were on a yacht in Italy last weekend, and next week they're shooting Nike, and that's through an agency that launched last year. It's not a grind, it's a trust fund with a camera attached. Everyone can see it, nobody says it, you call it out and it could be your last day on set. Hill 6, the connection. The most talented person in the room is not always the one who gets the job. I know a genuinely talented guy, works consistently, good money. He got his agency relationship because he went to school with the person who runs it. And that's not a criticism on him, it's just how these things work. Everyone seems to know that one person, but then maybe they're pretending that they got there on the strength of their portfolio alone. Hill 7, the blueprint. The blueprint for building a creative career was written by people who already had a head start. They knew someone, they had the gear, they had a financial safety net long enough to work for free until it paid off. If it's felt harder than it should, it has been. Not because you're doing it wrong, because you're playing a different version of the game with a lot less information. So to keep this short and sweet, you're not behind, you're building without a blueprint that was never written for someone like you. And you shouldn't see this as a weakness. That's the whole story. It's worth more than you think it is. This is why I document everything. Not to perform having figured it out, but because nobody documented it for me when I needed them to. So if that resonates, you're in the right place. I'm Chris Hart, working class creative, 8 years freelancing, still figuring it out, just doing it in public more. Follow along if that sounds like your kind of thing.